Foster's is honoured to support the Waikato Business Awards. We've reaped the rewards of the Business Awards, it's a bit hard to say, by participating as an entrant, which we've really enjoyed. So, to sponsor and more importantly support some of the great businesses we've got here in the Waikato is a really special thing for us. So thank you for the opportunity. Speaking of special, at Foster's we turned 50 this year, so we've been operating since 1973. So I just thought I'd bring that up. But the real reason for mentioning that is, I guess, our longevity and our success in the Waikato has been down, for the most part, for a lot of people in this room. So I wanted to bring it up as an opportunity for a thank you there as well. I'll leave it there. All the best to all the participants this year. And thank you, Don, Jenny, and the team at the Waikato Chamber of Commerce. There's a lot of mahi which goes into this, right? So we appreciate it that you make it possible. So thank you, guys.
My name's Heather Connolly, and I've had the wonderful privilege of judging in the awards for probably close to 10 years now, and many of you that are here also in this room have judged for that amount of time. As the head judge, I think it's really exciting to probably share with you why you should enter the awards if you haven't entered in the past. To me, it's about development. Often we are working so hard in our businesses. We're working there every day, focusing on ensuring that we've got a happy staff, that we've got great customers, that we're strategically looking forward, but often we don't reflect on where we've come from and where we want to go. And part of the awards process is taking that time to reflect on your business, to basically ask your staff what they think. What are the cool things that we did last year in marketing? What are the great things that had such customer impact? What are we doing in our community? And so it's a real chance for you to look and reflect on what you've done and think about those areas that you actually want to focus on and move on into the future in terms of development. It is about improving. The judges that we pull together, and they have been people that we might judge for 2 years, might go away for a year, might come and judge again, and we've got some really great succession planning in our judges, is all about providing you feedback on how you can improve. Because often, again, we focus on our business and our industry, and sometimes you don't realise that some of the great innovations come from other sectors. And actually having a judge to be able to say to you, have you thought about doing this, is a really good way to actually think about where are we going to go and how are we going to improve moving forward. Goal setting. It actually is very much about goal setting, because one of the key things, now I've picked up 2 pieces of paper which Jenny has greatly put on some of the tables. This has actually got the questions that you're actually asked as part of the judging process in it for every single category. So if you're desperate, grab one of these. If you run out, email Jenny and she will definitely send it through to you. But these actually show you a lot of it is about planning. So what we're really looking for in the judging process is for you to show us how you've thought about your business and how you're planning for the future. And often things come by sheer chance. And how do we use that sheer chance and build it into planning for the future? So very much about goal setting. It's about networking. It's about widening your network. That event that we have in November is one of the most stunning events on the Waikato calendar. To be there with 600 plus business people sharing in success and seeing the great mahi and the great things that we do in the Waikato region is all about networking. And the great thing about the awards is the Chamber really supports it by having these sorts of events. We've also got the finalist event that's coming up in, I think, September, if I'm correct. Recognition of success. If I remember the first year I ever judged, and I judged with Tony Kane, who I don't think is here tonight, and one of the businesses we judged was a finalist. And when they found out they were a finalist, the following week they put up on their white wall outside, as you drove down Victoria Street, that they were a finalist. And that for them was a real key recognition of the success. They weren't the winner in that category, and that didn't matter to them. They were a finalist. And so I think recognition of success is a real key thing to think about. Recruitment. It's a tough market out there. And actually, for someone who works at the university and for someone who is talking to a lot of students in their last year of their study about where should I go and who should I be working for, this is an opportunity for you to actually say, have you thought about my business? And sometimes it's not necessarily a business, it's a community organisation. It's a group that are doing wonderful things. And often those smaller companies we don't necessarily hear about. They're a lot more difficult to get your name out there. It's about appreciation. Your clients appreciate you. Let the business community appreciate you as well. It's inspiring. So as business judges, we will be out here telling you can do it. And it's about inspiring people to go and actually put themselves forward. It is actually quite, especially for an owner of a business, quite a fearful process to put themselves forward. As an emerging leader, and we're going to hear from Jo really soon, who won the emerging leader category, it is actually quite humbling to have your staff put you forward, but it's also very inspiring for the next generation to come. And the same for those that are entering the CEO category. We talk about publicity. I know that Don and Jenny and Liam and Rob and the team and their new staff member, who, if you haven't met her, is over there, go and say hello. They will make sure publicity is out there. They're really good at doing that. And it's about being part of the alum, about being able to come back and being part of a group and saying, we recognise success and we recognise that in the mighty Waikato, we've got some amazing businesses. So as part of the judging process, we basically, this is what we go through. You put your applications in, not hard. Basically, you get one of these little things here. It tells you what all the different categories are on the back, and Jenny's going to go through those in a minute. You get one of these. It tells you all the questions you have to answer. And my suggestion is bullet point for every question and give it to somebody in your business or a friend who doesn't know you and get them to comment on it. And then go and reflect on it and actually make some changes. Then come along to one of the sessions that we're holding face-to-face and on Zoom to ask some more questions. Your application is actually only 2,500 words. That's about 500 words per question that's in there. It's not difficult. It's not time-consuming. And trust me, it's a hang of a lot nicer than the ones that I remember that we judged many, many years ago, which were big, thick, printed-out reports like this that took forever to go through. We then, once the awards have closed, as judges, we are allocating 2 judges to every single site visit. And those judges, we go through quite a rigorous process to ensure that there is no conflicts of interest. And then they will go through and they'll allocate who they're going to do site visits to. I would say we probably do about 94% site visits. Then the second stage, that's the second stage, site visits. And then finally the finalists are announced. We get back together as judges and decide on the finalists for each category, and they're announced on the 13th of September, which was the date I didn't know before, but now it's up on the screen. Thank you very much, Jenny. So for me, there is a lot of judges out here that are here tonight from the business community. If you bump into them, ask them lots of questions. If you want to ask anything else, please come and find me, but enter. You're not going to lose anything out from entering. You're going to gain everything from entering. So thank you very much.